This your boy didn't know about back with another video. Say man, I wasn't even finna do this. I really wasn't. I really wasn't finna do this. But Juju Watkins just had one of the greatest basketball performances I've ever seen under the circumstances. Now, Juju Watkins, let me just keep it a buck. I would have not been the biggest fan of Juju Watkins. I like Hannah Hidalgo. I like Madison Booker. And I thought Juju Watkins was more of a like they hyped her up just because the California USC thing and she cute. But today what she did against the number one team in the nation, the undefeated UCLA Bruins, who pretty much been beating everybody by 10 or more. Juju Watkins, when I say she backpacked USC from start to finish, she literally damn near played a flawless game, especially as a two-way player. Juju Watkins just literally had one of the best two-way performances I've ever seen in basketball, bro. She had 38 points, 11 rebounds, 8 blocks, 5 assists. She's a wing. She had 8 blocks, literally. Um, and I've been very critical of Juju in the past, mainly her efficiency. I think Juju Watkins, her efficiency hasn't been as great as you would like a superstars to be. But I get it. She's in her second year. She's a sophomore, but she's even slumped a lot in her sophomore season in terms of efficiency. But one thing I cannot knock about Juju Watkins is her attention to detail when she's playing defense. She's one of the best defensive players I've ever seen in college basketball on the women's side. And to me, honestly, if I had to compare her, just because I know most of y'all don't watch women's basketball like that, and if you do, shout out to you. But she's kind of like a female version of Jason Tatum. The jump shot is gonna be hit and miss, but she does everything else, and she still has a little bit ways to go in terms of her playmaking and getting others involved. But she's learning and she's understanding how to process information. But what she did against against UCLA, USC's biggest rival. They number one in the country. This was a big game. This was the biggest game of the women's college basketball season from the Big Ten perspective. This was the biggest game. Hannah Hidalgo still to me is the player of the year. I think she's the best player in college basketball, women's college basketball. But Juju just had one of them performances, man. Like Juju Watkins is, and then Hannah Hidalgo did outplay Juju Watkins when they played. But whatever. I can't take nothing away from Juju. If she can continue like to work on her efficiency, to work on her playmaking, to work on her off ball moving and getting off the rock, I think she can be special. I think she does have a higher ceiling than Hannah Hidalgo. In the current, because her class was the Madison Booker class, the Hannah Hidalgo class, that was a very great class. I think she has more potential than the Flower She has more potential than the Paige Beckers. She has more potential than Caitlin Clark, but I don't know if she will be the offensive player that Caitlin Clark can be. She's definitely gonna be the better all-around player than Caitlin Clark. Let's just get that out the way now. I think Juju Watkins is gonna be the better all-around player than Caitlin Clark. I just do. But when it comes to excitement, I still think Caitlin Clark is more exciting than Juju. Um, because Juju, she misses a lot more. She misses. Let's just keep it a buck. She misses a lot more than Caitlyn. But I I don't know, fam. I really like what I'm seeing from Juju, especially in this game. This was a big game, the biggest game in up of the season so far for USC. I think they did play Notre Dame early in the season, but Notre Dame wasn't number one. Notre Dame wasn't undefeated, or were they? They probably were. But hey, shout out to Juju. Kiki Iriai fan, she came through in the second half, but the first half she was terrible. USC survived when UCLA tried to punch back in that third quarter. I really like Lauren Betts. But just my thing, when your post player is your best player, they can't bring the ball up the court. They can't initiate offense. They can create for themselves more time than not. So it's kind of easier to take a post player out of the game. So that's why I do have some concerns about UCLA, but they're a damn good team. They didn't go away in that second half and they fought. And then Juju she just took over and played like an absolute superstar. I felt like this was one. She did have that 51-point game last year, but This is Juju's statement game. She shouldn't be in the running for player of the year this year. I'm sorry. She just shouldn't be. I know the counting stats look great, but the eye test Juju Watkins hasn't been that great. But this performance shows you where the hype comes from. It shows you the potential of what she could be if she hones in her efficiency. She did miss an additional 2 shots. She was 12 for 24 when the game counted, like when the game was really pretty much over. I think she got 2 additional shot attempts trying to get that 40. That's some of that Anthony Edwards type of situation stuff there. But all in all, man, Juju, she got potential to be one of the all-time great two-way women's basketball players of all time, man. The defense is just ridiculous. 8 blocks is crazy. 8 blocks is crazy. 11 rebounds. The defensive firepower where she will bring to a WNBA team is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Um, it's like she's gonna probably be a better version of Ryan Howard. I think Ryan Howard is a better off-ball scorer, but I see her having that type of impact from day one, the Ryan Howard type of impact on the WNBA team. But yeah, Juju Watkins, if she can string together some of these efficient games like this in the tournament, something like that. If Juju Watkins gets this USC team a championship, leads them to a championship, I'm gonna be sold on her. But until that happens, I still have Hannah Doggo over her. I still probably would take Madison Booker over her. She's more of a dog than Madison Booker. She better defender than Madison Booker. But Madison Booker to me is a better playmaker and she's more efficient. Mm. But I don't know. It's close between Madison Booker and Juju. I'm leaning Juju right now, but I still think Hannah Hidalgo the best player in the country. And by her senior year, who knows what Hannah Hidalgo is gonna be? Like, let's just keep it above. I don't even know how good Hannah Hidalgo is. Probably one of the best defensive point guards in basketball. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, Juju, shout out to her. She definitely met the moment. I think like it was stars at the game, celebrities. Like Kevin Hart was at the game, Sanaa Lathan was at the game. Like this was one of them ones, and Juju definitely stepped up. She definitely looked like one of them ones. Easily her best performance of the year. If she can keep this up, sky's the limit for USC. And just like I said, one of the best two-way performances I've seen in basketball all year, man. Like regardless of gender, this was a dominant two-way performance. I think the her second leading scorer had 13 points, and nobody else had over 10, over 7, really. So, and that was Kiki Iriafen, and she had 13 points, and most of them came in the second half. So, bro, Juju really backpacked and really led this USC team to win over UCLA, and it was one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen in basketball, women's college basketball for sure. So, let me know how y'all feel about Juju Watkins and her potential. Who do y'all have as the best WNBA prospects in women's college basketball right now? Does Juju have more potential than Caitlin Clark? But this your boy Did Nice Bob. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm outie.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I would never quit.